Hey, yo, listen up. For the people that's coming to my channel saying, yo, I thought this was a boxing channel. Why you keep on talking about the Olympic situation with the man or the biological man beating on the woman and things of that nature? Hey, yo, it's still a boxing content. It's still a boxing content. Ladies and gentlemen, I pride myself in breaking things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. And I also pride myself being one of the few boxing channels and independent media in boxing to support women boxing. We've been doing this since day one. I've been doing this for 5.5 years. Punch Drunk Boxing, this channel, and we support women since day one. We support the safety of women. We support in the pay that they deserve and things of that nature. Let's not forget that. Remember when Katie Taylor and Imane Serrano was supposed to be fighting, right? And it was low balling Imane Serrano, and they was trying to put the biggest woman, the biggest potential woman fight in the history of the sport of boxing in the backyard of Eddie Hearn's mansion in the co-main event of Povetkin and Dillian White, and I was probably the only one. I remember 90% of the independent media was hitting me up and say, "Oh, you don't know why you doing. You don't know the value. I mean, you don't know the market. These women don't deserve this and things of that nature." And I say, you know what? It's good that Imane Serrano pulled away from that fight because she wasn't getting paid what was just due. But Imane Serrano and Katie Taylor should not be taking no goddamn back seat for Dillian White versus Povetkin. They're undervalued, underpaid, and practically their purses is like pay cuts. So I don't believe that Imane Serrano should take a pay cut. I don't think that Katie Taylor should take a pay cut, and I don't believe that none of these women take a pay cut. And I said that this is one of the biggest fights, not only in women boxing, but one of the biggest fights in the history of the sport of boxing. And guess what they did? Guess what they did? She pulled out, she waited out, and then eventually she signed the deal to fight Katie Taylor. Both made the first woman to make $1 million apiece. The first women. Madison Square Garden, sold out Madison Square Garden in one of the biggest fights of the year. Come on. Because we fight for women out here. We protect women. That's what real men do. That's what real gentlemen do. That's what real righteous men do. You feel me? And in society right now that, you know what I'm saying, men have abandoned their precision in society. Men have abandoned their precision in leading the way and protecting and providing and being a security and loving thy woman and loving thy children. You know what I'm saying? Men have abandoned their responsibility. There's a lot of weak beta males nowadays, and this is why society it is what it is. This is the reason why we're talking about the things that's happening in the Olympics, because it's weak men that's letting that happen. And then when there's weak men and unrighteous men, then the women that their nature is to follow righteous men. That's the order of Christ. Christ and man over woman, woman over children. You feel me? And women, and there's women that's been supporting the Skittles army, that Starburst Skittles army, Taste the Rainbows army, you know what I'm saying, community. And that needs to stop. That needs to stop. But it also starts with the man as well. The nature of man is to be the extension of God. We're the image of God. And, you know, we have abandoned our precision. And women and children see the weak of men nowadays. We got to go back to our calling. That's what it is. We got to put ourselves back in the position of the head of the table. And I'm not talking about the head of the table just not only in the house, but the head of the table I'm talking about in society. You feel me? We here, a righteous man know how to treat a woman. A righteous man know how to protect a woman. A righteous man know how to be a damn man. And we're losing that identity because, of course, they're trying to create these new identities. And this is the reason why we're talking about this in the sport of boxing, where it's the most dangerous sport of all of sports. Because now they have these biological male or trans or whatever they want to call themselves trying to infiltrate our sport. Not only, first it was swimming and track and field, and now it's combat sports. Now it's combat sports. And people want to be like, hey, yo, but that man or that woman is a biological woman. Stop. Because her situation, when they got tested, with these couple of fighters that got tested, it's classified. They're not saying they're what they got down there. You understand what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? That's it's all playing a part because this is Paris, Olympic Paris. Look how they started out with. No, I don't rock with that type of lifestyle. I don't rock with that type of ideology you know what I'm saying, into the schools, into the public schools, and they pushing that, shoving that stuff into our children. I don't support it, and especially in combat sports. Everybody has the right to play a sport, to be in combat fighting, but do it within the rules, the real rules, the moral rules. Level the playing field. Men versus men, women versus women. What's going on there? What is it? The people are getting bored in the world or something like that? People are getting bored of being righteous. What is it? Normal is just not good enough. They want to turn abnormal into normal. But now I'm not going to stand here and have a voice and a platform. I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to keep my mouth shut. And these are the type of content that, of course, they're trying to shadow ban. They're trying to push aside. People want to report on this because of righteousness, because we love God out here. Nah, man. Loving God is a good thing. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying everybody is perfect. We've all fall below what's perfect. But God knows our heart. God knows when you're genuine. God is good. God is great. But also God got his wrath. And we're in the image of, and we also in the image of God. So we have the characteristic of also God. So we could be loving. Us righteous men, we could be loving. Us righteous women, we could be loving, but people got to feel our wrath sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why there's a pushback. I don't understand why there's a pushback. Right now, they're infiltrating the schools and public schools and the psyche of our youth right now. They playing that game. I told you that the devil have tricks up his sleeve. I told you they was gonna flip the script. But in this boxing channel, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be talking about, of course, the modern day warriors, the modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. But we also gonna. I also say, if you're familiar with the channel, y'all been rocking with me since day one. I've been saying that boxing translates to life itself. We all live a 12-round bout. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some adversities, just like in society. There's an adversity, just like in your respective life. There's some adversity that you go through life, right? Sometimes we need to take a knee, just like in boxing. A knee. You know what I'm saying? Go back into the next round, make it to the next round, adjust. You know what I'm saying? And then come out and be a better account of yourself and try to earn the victory. Ups and downs in life, just like there's ups and downs in the ring. And that's why I always say that boxing translates to life itself. But let me tell you like this. It's God first, everything second. God first, everything second. And I do my best to always talk to God and pray to God that he gives me the word to express myself in a way that most will understand. You know, I ain't gonna say that I'm great with the wordplay. You know what I'm saying? But in the end of the day, man, I'm genuine about this. I'm genuine about these fighters. I'm genuine about who's listening. I'm genuine about the voice that I got the opportunity to just to voice my opinion, to voice my take, to be educated and as well educate others. But God first, everything second, man. We're sisters and brothers, sons and daughters of the Most High. The best investment you can make in your life is have God in your heart. That's the only investment tip I can give anybody. You know? Again, for the people that keeps rocking with me, I appreciate y'all. For the people that support the channel, donate to the channel, everybody, I support y'all. I love y'all. For the people that want to push back on this type of message, you got to question your morals and your principle. And I understand that the most that they take God away from society, the society lacks its morals and principle. And as an individual, when you take God out of your life, you lose morals and principle. And I understand that there's some people that just don't get it, and some people just got reprobate minds. It says it in the Bible. Let's all lift each other up. Let's all live what's right. Let's be right. Let's be on the side of right. Instead of people trying to play devil's advocate all the time, knowing in their hearts that when they see something is wrong, it's wrong. I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next. How you doing? The undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
Look,
doing great.
When I first heard that y'all was gonna fight on the undercard versus Dillian White and Povetkin, I said, this should not be second fiddle to nobody.
Wow.
To nobody. So it was a blessing in disguise.
Thank you so much.
It had its postponement. And, y'all fighting here today.
Yeah.
Not today, but of course, April 30th, Madison Square Garden. How do you feel about that?
This is just incredible. These are the kind of fights I've always wanted, but to be a part of such an historical event, this is just special for myself and Amanda as individuals, but I feel like we're bringing the whole sport up with us as well. This is just history in the making, and